Yes, two questions. First, getting Andresina in, getting Angela Salem in, Haley Rosso in at least for this week. What does that mean for the club?
Yeah, and then obviously having Menges back fully available. We obviously lost a lot of experience, and to bring these four experienced players and have them available is huge, massive positive for us.
And then you guys waived Efi and Mallory Weber. You made some other signings to your supplemental roster. Can you just talk about those decisions?
Yeah, I mean, we have obviously some roster rules changed this year to allow us to sign more, and then we still get caught in wanting to have and keep more players than we're allowed. It feels like we always get put in this position, and these two players have been unbelievable players for us in the way that they've applied themselves. For Efi's second year and Mal going into her fourth year, it's brutal to lose them at this stage. It's brutal to make a decision, and what I do know is those two players and those two people are going to go on, and the way they apply themselves here is going to shine through wherever they take their next step, and whoever does get them is going to be a very lucky club, and we're fingers crossed and hopeful that we just don't have to play them very soon, because I know their qualities, and I know that they can have a great future, and obviously sad and disappointed that's not going to be here.
Looking back at the Sky Blue game, obviously, in terms of conceding the goals, it seems like the last two games there has been some concessions that you're probably not happy with, and sort of the reminder a little bit of last year. Of course, now the team has changed with the absences. So how much are you looking back at those games on the defensive side and thinking that those are areas you need to improve on, and how much you're saying, well, it's kind of a different team right now?
I think we've got to do both. We had a good reflection week last week, and we wanted to fix some things. We had a plan going into Sky Blue game, and I think we learned throughout the game that some of the plan I could have got better. Also, we didn't execute some of the rest of the plan, and we got caught. We also got caught on a day that Carly Lloyd had missed a penalty the week before, and we know she's an absolute monster when it comes to pulling through and getting things done. So she was a machine in that game, and fortunately we managed to slow her down a little bit in the second half. But we got caught. We got punched twice before we could fix some things. And credit to Sky Blue, I thought they were outstanding in that game. And for us, yeah, it was good lessons. There was good things again in that game, and there was good lessons. And it's always happens with the way that the pre-season is in this competitive league, and with every single team having world-class players on, you have to learn fast, you have to learn quick, but you also have to appreciate that you're going to be learning. It's not going to look perfect. I mean, against Orlando, the result was perfect, but we knew we had things to learn. Chicago, we wish the result was better. Again, we knew there was lessons there. But while we're talking about lessons, there's been so many positives. Big chances we're creating, the expected goals, the entries we're getting into the areas. I think we're up there as having the best numbers that we've had to date since I've been here. These players are really linking well and committing to ideas that make them dangerous, and it's been fun to watch.
In terms of, you talked about lessons, and especially early in that game, can you maybe talk more specifically about the lessons and the things that you feel like need to be changed after those opening minutes?
Yeah, I think the first one was obviously managing Sky Blue's threats, and what they were doing tactically didn't change from the game before. They're probably just better at executing, so we were prepared to be able to manage their threats, and we didn't quite execute as well as we would love to. Second part was on me in our build-up. We anticipated there being more space in between their lines, but in a central area where Sync normally operates, we anticipate there's going to be more space there. And it took me probably, unfortunately, 15-18 minutes to make the adjustment, and we changed the build-up structure, and the space was huge in half spaces, off the channel inside between the midfield and the back line, and once we got Anna and Tobin occupying those spaces, we caused them big problems, and didn't even use Anna and Tobin as much as we'd like to, but they were pulling them into there, which allowed Kling and Ellie to be more freed up, and you saw it on. You saw a perfect example of that on Tobin's goal. Anna held them in there. We get into Ellie, we play down the line, and we just did better at being penetrative with our build-up. So one, we didn't manage their threats as well, and that was more of us just not executing, and two, Their structure was a bit different in the defensive side, and we had to adapt which spaces we're just trying to occupy and which spaces we were going to take advantage of progressing the ball, and that was on me. Wish I'd got moved, wish I'd adjusted faster, and when we got there it looked better.
And you said that, you know, in terms of creating chances, there's been a lot of positives on that side. Obviously, some things changed now with, you know, Tobin's not going to be here anymore, Sinclair's not going to be here anymore. What do you need to do to make sure you can keep building off the performances you've had, even as you lose some of these players?
Yeah, I mean, everything's a lot easier when you've got Christine, Sinclair and Tobin Heath in the final third, without doubt. These are world-class, maybe two of the best world-class players in the world. At the same time, if you look at the right now our numbers on creating the chances and getting to these areas, I think, you know, we're leading the lead in. We're leading the league or first in some key areas we wanted to, and it's going to be tough to maintain that. And our challenge is we want to improve it. We want more chances being created on top of what we are. So it's tough to lose the talent and experience, but I mean, Hayley Rasso, Midge Purse, Anna, Tyler Lucy, Caitlin Ford. You know, no matter how we start this game and how we finish this game, we're going to have quality, we're going to have pace, we're going to have players that know what their strengths are, and a team trying to play to those strengths. So our target is to try and improve the pace that we've set in creating these chances. We also need to take them. We felt like we should have taken more against Orlando, we should have taken more against Chicago, we should have taken more against Sky Blue. So let's keep creating and build that number up, but let's also be clinical. And yeah, it's hard to critique, because I think the start from us in the final third's been good. But of course, just like any other area, we have to keep trying to improve.